Hi, members of Iron Horse. This is Don Peterson, your Academy Director. Welcome to our new newsletter, and I'd like to provide a quick tip. As I walk up and down the line out here, I see a lot of people with the same problem. When you address the golf ball, you have a tendency to reach out with your trail arm. And now I'm right-handed, so I'm going to show this right-handed golfer. So if I reach out with my right hand to go below my left arm, and you know, most of us, we keep our left arm straight, or we're supposed to, correct? So if I reach out like this, what happens is it kind of pulls my shoulders in kind of an open position. And what it does to my spine then, when I reach out here like this and get it changes my spine angle and to where I'm almost leaning towards my left a little bit. If you look at most tour pros, I'm going to turn around and kind of show my spine angle a little bit better view. And most of the time you're reaching out with your trail hand and you get in a position where your spine is more like this. A tour pro sets up slightly tilted to the right or away from the target, and it's usually about 7 degrees. So what I'm going to try to get you to do is to set up and have a better angle for your spine, and I'm going to show you in a few minutes how that's going to improve your swing plane, and instead of swinging outside in, it can help you swing inside out, which everyone knows is a little bit better way to come into the golf ball. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to set up, think about your two hips, and then you've got a sternum right in the middle of your chest. And what I want you to do is, if we just take a normal stance, you're going to feel like your sternum is right in the middle. But what I want you to try to do is tuck your right hip or your trail hip kind of in underneath your sternum, and it'll help you kind of lower that right shoulder, and instead of reaching out, we're going to start dropping that right shoulder. And again, what's going to happen is most tour pros have about a 4-inch drop in that right shoulder. So it's actually much lower than the left. That's because we're keeping the left arm straight. We're having a little 7-degree tilt, and we're dropping that trail shoulder back underneath there. And again, that's going to help me have more of an inside-out swing path, and I'm going to show you that now. Okay, so here we are in the studio, and what you see here is I've got just a CD disc around a pen or marker here, and we're going to pretend like we're looking down at this golf ball, and we're looking overhead, we're looking down at you. So the pen would represent your spine angle, and the disc then would be like your swing plane. So I've got it angled here towards the golf ball, and you can kind of see if you set up with your spine angle a little bit to the left, like I was showing you, most of you who reach out with your trail hand, your right hand. And again, this is for a right-handed golfer. You can see how this would cause an outside-in swing plane. You can kind of see that plane there. And if you set up like the tour pros, 7 degrees tilted to the right, so this is your spine angle looking down at you from overhead, you can see how that's a natural kind of inside-out swing path now, just by setting your spine angle slightly behind the ball like the tour pros. So that's what I want you to work on, is this. Just look at that swing plane. Look how it changes because of your spine angle. Obviously, if your swing plane is like this, the divot's going to be across the ball and in front. The more you get your spine to the right, you can see where the bottom of the swing arc will be back there, and a little bit more even with the ball, or even behind the ball if you get too inside out. So these are things that you need to understand about your golf swing. All right? Okay, so now that you understand why you want to create this 7-degree tilt, or just a little bit of an angle away from the target when you set up to the golf ball, helps create that inside-out swing path. And instead of creating an outside-in swing path where you're going to slice it all the time, or maybe struggle to get the face closed, now you're going to set up behind it. What will also help happen, it'll help you transfer your weight to your lead side. It's a lot easier when you're here. You have a tendency to bail out and go backwards, but when you load up over your right side because of this tilt, when you load up, it's a lot easier to go through the ball with your weight and your pivot as well. So work on that a little bit next time you get to the range, and I'm sure you'll have better results. And I'll see you again next month for another quick tip.